hold on to me. Oh. Michael, it's all you.
I have a poem to read on the traditional Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
And at this time, we've got a special blessing for each one of the grandkids. So I'm going to call you guys up here. If you can, probably the best way would be right here. And I'll move this real quick.
No, that's why
Maybe. Okay.
We don't have
October?
You don't have to avoid your toes.
After the real grandkids, when can the adopted grandkids be talked about?
Huh?
After the real grandkids, when can the adopted grandkids be talked about?
Oh, there's gonna be a time that they can come up and say something.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna do that. Yeah. Gage is not here. He's in Japan, but we're gonna honor Gage too, just because he's, he's part of the family. So Ashton, Nicholas, Isabel, Kaylin, Savannah, James, Ellie, Porter, Harvey. You guys can all come up here. And Princess. Yep.
Do not drop them, Johanna.
Circle up. I know, there is so many of us. Ashton, Nick. It's okay. Hang on. Savannah. James. Ellie. Porter. And don't drop it. Do not drop it. I'm gonna give it to Daddy right after this. We wanted to give you guys a little piece of Uncle, so that wherever you are, so is he. So these are little tiny keepsake urns that have a small little bit of his ashes in it, so that you guys can carry him wherever you go. So for each of you, I pray that you hold these little keepsake urns dear, because someone you love is in heaven, and now there will be a little piece of heaven here on earth with you. There you go. Okay, walk out.
What color is yours? Orange. I got it. Oh, there's actually, I don't have it.
It's hard being tall.
Jim? I get it.
Or a binder clip.
Right here.
So now we have a scripture reading. So we fix our eyes, not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18.
I'll repeat a little bit of what Ian said earlier, but that's okay, because we didn't write together. I just wanted to say thank you everyone for being here today, and although it saddens me for the reasons we're all gathered, Steve, aka Uncle, aka Grunkle, would have been having the time of his life, sitting right here with a martini in his hand and telling us to laugh and not cry. He would have been elated that we all got together for happy hour to honor him. What do you say about someone that brought light into a family that needed it so desperately? To give you a little backstory, if you don't know, but I'll keep it short. Uncle was living in his apartment in Philly and was without power and lit a candle and fell asleep. The apartment caught on fire, but by God's miracle, he survived. He told his story to a complete stranger one day while he was riding on the train, and she turned and looked at him and said, "Well, why do you think God spared your life?" He asked himself this many times and talked about this during our conversations. Often we walk through life unaware of our purpose until the journey is over. Only then do we realize the desert that we had walked through. When Mom lost Greg 3 years ago, Uncle stepped up to help pick up the pieces for Mom and for the rest of us. It wasn't until then did we each get the opportunity to really know him. He would come down from Philadelphia a couple times a year and stayed for several months, especially in the summer months, so he could go to the pool. This is where summer residence house came from. During these times is when it brought our family back together. He brought laughter to our home. He gave each of us so many incredible and special memories. For each one of us, he brought us out of a difficult place. And each in our own journey was able to understand and listen to what we were going through and gave us life and hope for a new day. Uncle, I owe you a million thank yous. Thank you for talking sense into me during times I needed it. Thank you for teaching me how to host a proper dinner party, 7 courses in all, and teaching me about intermiso. Thank you for the very late night talks, for never judging me when I absolutely deserve to be judged. For the midday cocktails that we always tried to hide from Mom. It's just V8 juice.
I knew.
But as soon as she would walk out the room, I'd grab the vodka and do a quick heavy pour in his glass. Thank you even more for the cocktails we had on your sofa chairs in the bedroom that I designed for you. We would stay up talking until the wee hours of the night, or I guess you could say morning, at which time Mom would call us and tell us we were being too loud, that we needed to go to bed. We would quiet down for a minute and then look at each other and say, just one more. And then we'll go to bed. Nevertheless, we'd get another call, Mom screaming in the phone that we woke her up again. Only then would we finally quiet down and go to bed. What I'd give for just one more night like that, regardless of how irate Mom would get. Sorry, Mom. But I will hold dear and cherish every single moment we got to share together. Thank you for the living piece of you that I get to carry with me every single day with Martini. She's brought peace and joy to me in a way that words cannot explain. And she brings comfort to me, especially in the times when I miss you so badly. I'll take good care of your baby for you as long as she's here on earth with me. And until she's reunited with you. Uncle, I leave you with this. Tan fat looks better than white fat. Save your calories for cocktails and stay value driven. Go rest high on that mountain, for your work here on earth is done. And in Matthew 25:21 says, well done, good and faithful servant. Uncle, you did serve us well. And for all of you, friends and family, Luke 1:37 says, for with God nothing shall be impossible. If we as a family and friends can put our trust in God, we can and will get through anything. Well, on the ride called life, you have to take the good with the bad. You have to smile when you're sad. Love what you've got and remember what you've had. Always forgive, but never forget. Learn from your mistakes, but never regret. Uncle never lived to please others, but he lived an extraordinary life to the fullest. People change and things go wrong, but just remember the ride goes on. I'll love you always, Uncle. I'll stay missing you, but until we meet again, I'll raise a glass for you. Cheers, because it's always happy out here. All right, Pappy, it's all with you. Dang it. This is not working out how I had planned.
But you're not putting a button on the thing.
I know. There you go.
Right?
And now it is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say